So what does loneliness mean to you?
Loneliness? The thing that I am suffering now, here in Vancouver.
I'd say it's a lonely city. It's hard to get to know people. It's very cliquey. Got a lot of people just socialize in small groups, and that's it. It's pretty much Vancouver, especially the music scene here. From hardcore to like hip hop, it's all the same.
I feel like people who kind of are born and raised in Vancouver are a little more closed off and kind of have their own group of friends.
Yes,
so it is kind
definitely.
of hard to meet people. I've been here for a year and a half, and I feel like just these last couple months I've kind of just started to have my own group. But like before that, it was super difficult to just meet new people, I feel like. Yeah,
Totally. But not lonely.
not lonely. No, we're not lonely.
If you head to Yaletown or let's say Robson, you don't really get much of a friendly vibe. I'm high-fiving and hugging people down in the West End here on Davie Street as well, the Gayborhood as we call it. I love the Gayborhood, it's awesome. And you go down to the Kits area or Yaletown or anything like that, and you're just not getting that. You get people looking at the ground, or if I say hi, because I am a bit of a spaz and I like to talk to people, they just kind of look the other way or just don't really acknowledge the fact, or almost are like scared. It's crazy like that. Listen, anything with social media I didn't want to hear, because nothing worse than actually last night, my poor buddy Rick, I love him, but I had to take the phone away from him. He's a grown man, he's in his 40s, and I literally had to yank the phone out of his hand because he was texting while we were having dinner at Banana Leaf downtown. Now, it wasn't even he was texting, because I grabbed the damn phone, and it was a joke sent by a friend, and we're having dinner. Is that really being social? That social media can hit the road jack once again.
Loneliness is, well, lonely, for example, you know, I live in the Woodwards building and I'm surrounded by people, and I know none of my neighbors. I don't talk to any of them. And it is kind of interesting to be like, kind of in this like, you know, I'm like in one of the tallest buildings in Gastown, and there's like 40 something floors, and I don't have any friends in the building that I know. I mean, I do know people that live in the building, but it's, as far as like, I didn't meet them through being in the building, you know? It's just people that I already knew. So it was funny, because when I first moved into the building, I kind of, you know, when you first get in the elevator and I just moved in and I'd see somebody and I'd say hi and I'd start talking to them. And after a while, and I found a lot of people didn't really want to, they were kind of a little standoffish or whatever, and they weren't that receptive. And then I kind of got it after a while that it's like, oh, okay, well, there's 40 something floors in this building, and maybe I don't want to have to talk to every person that I see. I mean, if I start a conversation with them now, I might have to, you know, keep up, you know, being polite and talk to them later, and that's going to be too much of a hassle, you know. So maybe it's better to just kind of keep to myself. Yeah.
People are just very rich here. I feel as though if you're not rich, you don't blend in. In Vancouver, it just felt like everyone was really uptight and like, oh, I'm vegan, I'm organic, but don't have enough time to actually help you out with what
I
you're
just
doing.
want you to know that what you're doing is probably great. Good job. High five. Goodbye.
Nobody wants to be lonely, but I think it's inevitable. Between my friends and I guess it's just, we all accept that we feel it. Instead of trying to get away from it, just embrace it, and then you've got company, at least in yourself, in that. I guess. Does that make sense?
You need to write a self-help book.
I think a lot of the time when loneliness is talked about, there's always that feeling that, oh, you should just go out and, you know, strike conversations with people or do things that you like, or stick yourself out there, which is valid. But I feel like that the way to best deal with loneliness or cope with it is to form deep relationships with people around you. And that's why loneliness is not easy to solve or to cope with or to deal with. If it was a matter of us just saying hi to our neighbor every day as we came in and out, you know, it wouldn't be the issue that it is. I think what's difficult about, you know, solving or coping with loneliness is that it needs those deep relationships, those deep connections, and those are hard to form.